So folks, this one is going out for Glen Blackwell over at Patreon. Thanks for your support, Sat. We're doing Jane's Addiction, Price I Pay. This one's tuned to E flat standard, so we're going to tune as per the album version, right, the studio version. So you need to detune each of your strings by half a step or 1 fret's worth. So it sounds like this. So that's the first thing you need to do. I'm adding a little bit of reverb. So there is a bit of reverb on there. For some parts as well, I would use a chorus. Dave uses a bunch of Boss pedals for his modulation stuff. I'm using the Past Effects Kurtz Cologne, which I love. It's great. With that you have... you know, all that good stuff. And then 1991 for the... for that stuff, okay? So the first part is played along with Chris Chaney's lovely bass line. You have this. Okay, you play that most of the way through. There is a variance on the second repeat, which goes... and that just rings out right. Let's start with the first part. It's a little pedal point on A. You could play the 7th fret as well, actually, on the D if you wanted. If you wanted to fill it out a bit, but I'm just sticking with the single notes. So straightforward, right? 3, 4, 1. And then that's the melody, okay? Just with the 5th string thrown in. Repeat the first one again. And then 3rd fret sort of power chord shape, because you've got the 2 top strings open. Like that. The variation just goes... like that, right? Then we got some chord strummy parts. You can play this simply like... you know, like that, right? But there's a bit more going on. All I was doing there is like a power chord with the open strings. Same deal there when you go to the low part, right? You just play, and those 2 are open, and then you slide it up. But there's a bit more complexity to it, and I think he may play it up here rather than. And you got an extra string going on, right? And the rhythm roughly 1 2 3 1 2 up down up. Okay, so down up down up, right? The next one. You could play like that, but I hear this note in there. So what I think he's playing is perhaps this. Okay, so okay, which is a bit weird, right? So you've got I'm not sure, maybe there's an overdub, not too sure, but there's options for you there, right? 3rd bar is the same as the first. Rest. 1 2 3 4. Okay, so on the 4th one you slide up 2 frets. 3 4 1. Then we got some variants on that main riff. Bit of variance, right? So first part's the same. That's the same, but then we go like that. Next part, the phrasing's a little bit unusual. It just branches off a bit, but we have like that, okay? And then back around. And you're going to play this 3 times. It kind of fades out on the 3rd time. So the first part, pretty straightforward. Stay on the 11th fret here, because then you're going to play... kind of deliberately goes to that note there, creates a bit of tension. So we have just open strings, right? Then this bit comes in on the off beats. We have 3, 4, 1. Yeah, back around. Okay, so the whole thing slowly. Alright, I'm around again. I can't remember if there's chorus on that previous bit, but you can chuck it on there if you want. I'm using it for this though, which is... and that goes around 3 times as well. The 4th time, bit of variance. Let's stick with this bit. So we're going to do... and then a turnaround. It's not hugely difficult, but it's the phrasing's quite unique. Because it's groupings of 3 eighth notes, right? The phrase. 1 set of 3. Set of 3. Another set of 3. You know, so you've got that going on, but it's over a 4-bar phrase. And you're going to do... you can leave those held and ringing out. It's probably easier to do that, actually. You know, to be able to get that speed. Now the 4th time branches off a little bit. We have okay, and then you go into some distortion. That slowly. Back up to 6. And you stay there for 2, right? And that last 4 eighth notes there is that, okay? I'll take the chorus off there and put the distortion on for this. Okay, A, C, then we go just some power chords basically, like that. 2nd time, a little stop there on the 7th fret. I think there's 2 bars of rest and then it comes back in again. And then 3 bars of rest. Then you go back in to this. And you play that twice this time. You do the alternate bit on the 3rd go. Then you're going to go back in again with... couple more bars of rest, then we come back in with this, but this repeats this time. Then the distortion comes off again, and then you're going to play this cool part. repeat that round twice. So it's slowly. Okay, and then you could play that as a full C power chords with your little finger. Like that. You do that twice round. Then we get... Then you go up to the 11th fret. Then you go right back to the D part. Alright, but from the second section of this, slide to the 9th fret. Down 1 fret, okay? 8, 9, 11. Up to the 11th fret. You hang here. Once you've repeated that whole thing around twice, then we're into this again. The second time. You got these triplet stabs. So 3, 4. So you just quickly stop the note from ringing out, okay? Then the time signature changes, right? And it goes into like a 6/8 feel. We have this. Okay, so slowly and clean. Okay. Really cool, isn't it? So we've got... Play that 8 times, and on the 8th time you just let the A ring out, okay? And that's it. There is a solo over the end of it. I'll show you a couple of little licks that he does quickly. First one is like a... little thing there. Down here. Then he's up here doing some stuff with a big bend, and we've got very Hendrixy, and then there's this. He also does a bit of that type of stuff, and then the last riff is something funky like, you know, something Dave does loads. I think it ends with and a big sort of dive bomb trem at the end. Anyway, there you go. Hope you enjoyed that one. See you again soon.